If you've ever struggled to make egg rolls, today you are in luck because I'll tell you exactly how to go about it step by step. And this is a fail-proof method. I'm going to tell you everything you're doing wrong. Hey, my friends, my name is Uzoms, the billionaire, and you're absolutely welcome to today's recipe. If this is your first time, I am so glad to have you here. Special welcome to you. Remember to click the subscribe button to officially join Ozom's kitchen cooking family. Trust me, you will love it here. Remember also to turn on your post notification so I don't miss out anything and any recipe. You've already missed out on a lot, so click the link that is showing to watch some of our previous recipes. And if you're not new, friends, thank you for always. I really do appreciate every single one of you. Now go ahead and like this video before we continue, okay? First thing you want to do, of course, is to put your eggs on fire. I put about 15 to 16 eggs on fire. To a container, add about 1 kg of flour. Yes, please make sure to sieve it to remove every debris. Go ahead and add sugar. I used about 80 to 90 grams. You can even add more depending on how much you want. Next up is your nutmeg. I used a single pack, which is 4 grams. Introduce 1 tablespoon of baking powder and a pinch of salt. Now mix to combine all of the dry ingredients that I just listed. This is so important. Open your eyes now. The billionaire chef is back in town now. Yeah, there's no denial. Carry your plate, make you come and join now. Quality food, oh, go get recipe, cause this food is sweet to my body. Now let us move on to the wet ingredients. You want to crack up 2 chicken eggs in there. Please, chicken eggs, okay? You'll be needing about 60 grams of melted butter, but you can actually decide not to melt it, and 650 grams of milk. This is the measurement I usually would use, okay? Please note, I am going for a soft dough, not the hard rock dough that people would usually use for their egg rolls. This is how I love my egg rolls. I love them to be, very soft and not too hard and all of that, okay? And for this my recipe, I'm going to be using my mixer because I just did not want any stress. But please note, you can do without your mixer, and I'm just going to be adding the liquid content in gradually. Just come make you know what every taste you get there for the light. Cause with the flow will make you go mine. For a long time I done the strategize, re-energize, soliloquize. It's my culinary skill, it comes straight from heaven. Everywhere so you don't know the matter. Every meal is a hit back to back now. No coming down with Uzoms kitchen. Every little taste to go if you want it. Uzoms kitchen. No contest now, only you get down. Uzoms kitchen. Food for your body and your soul. Uzoms kitchen. No coming back with Uzoms kitchen. Every little taste to go if you want it. Uzoms kitchen. No contest now, only you get down. Quick tip. Whenever you want to, peel your eggs, just shake it rigorously. After you bring it down from the fire, you want to run it through cold water and let it just stay there. Okay, that is how to get your perfectly peeled eggs. Please don't just go straight to start peeling it. Allow it to rest there for some time. After like 2 to 5 minutes, you now want to shake it rigorously, and I promise you the eggs will just fall off by itself, fine and whole. Food for your body and your soul. Now our dough is ready. It is so smooth and so beautiful. Now back to the eggs. I like to do this in batch. Just add flour to the egg because I do not like my eggs wet. When you open your egg roll, it's wet and it will make the dough, the buns part to be mushy. I really do not like it. So this is the trick. Just add flour to it. Make sure you dry it first and then add flour. And then this is exactly what you shouldn't do when making your egg roll. I'm going to explain what you should do later on during this video, but now I'm going to take my time to explain what you shouldn't do. The first thing on my list, and I'm talking from experience, I'm telling you, I struggled literally to make egg rolls. I'll make egg rolls and it just doesn't come out well. It doesn't form well. It's not just fine. It's just looking somehow. So yes, I struggled very, very well with my egg roll making. And the first mistake I finally realized was using too much dough to wrap your eggs. Oh my goodness. This is the number one reason why your egg rolls are not taking shape. Using too much dough to wrap the eggs. Friends, let me explain. When you use too much dough for the egg, there's no way that thing will form because the egg is just small inside and you want to use dough to wrap it. Like, how exactly would you want to wrap it? It would take a lot. I mean, it would take a lot from you. So I literally struggled a lot. I will still explain at the end of the video what you should do. Please make sure you watch the end. It is so important. If you are watching this video, do not miss when I explain what you should do. The second mistake you're making when making your egg rolls is the kind of pot you use when frying is super important. I know it sounds rather, are you serious or something, but yes, I am serious. In fact, I had to change that particular pot I used because it just wasn't giving me what I needed. It was just taking too much time. Okay, so just use a deep pot. That is another thing I'll talk about. Now, back to this video. This particular dough I used for this egg is too much. Even though I still cut it, but it was still too much. The width of the dough, is just too much. Friends, please take my word for it. I struggled with egg rolls a lot, and I'm telling you, the mistake you're making, this is the number one, aside getting the dough right. But getting the dough is not even difficult. But when you're not gonna use too much dough to wrap just one small egg that is not even big, it's just not gonna form. Take my word for it. It's gonna give you a rough time. Yes, I know it looks like it is nice and well formed right now, but don't believe that. When it enters fire, it's going to scatter. Now, the next thing that is the mistake you're making is not allowing your oil to get hot enough and now overheating your oil. Yes, egg roll is quite simple to make, but it's very technical. You must be using the right temperature of oil. In this video you're looking at right now, I was literally struggling to make the dough to work. It gave me a tough time. Believe me when I say that. But even with all of the time spent, it still didn't work. Another mistake you might be making is not using enough oil. That is another mistake you are making when making your egg rolls. That is something that is sabotaging your whole work. Now, look at that dough that I did first, that I showed you guys. See how it looks. It's not looking nice. Look at the egg roll. It's scattered and it's just not. I mean, who do you want to sell this thing to? If you're selling or even if you're making for your home, it looks funny. It doesn't look like, this is well done or something. But the one I just added, it's perfect and so beautiful. And that is what I'm about to show you exactly what to do. This is how to get it done. And I learned on the job. So please keep watching to see what I did and what you need to do to get the perfect egg roll. This is the hack you have been waiting for. And now, the moment of truth. The first thing you need to do, this is the number one hack to make the perfect, well rounded, and beautiful egg rolls. Number one, please do not use a lot of dough. That is the number one mistake that you're making. So please don't use too much dough. You guys can see the amount of dough I used, and I still cut it. Okay, I still cut it. Now let me explain further. Because eggs are not big, you need just enough dough to go round, and then you can now easily form, that round shape with that small dough. You don't need plenty dough to form that round shape. Believe me when I say this was the number one struggle. I thought I needed to add too much dough, enough dough so that it would be round and big the way egg rolls usually would be. But I didn't understand the work of the baking powder when making your egg rolls. Let me explain further. What yeast is to puff puff is exactly what baking powder is to your egg rolls. Okay, baking powder is the rising agent. So when you add your baking powder, it is not your job to go and add too much dough, because you want your egg rolls to be fat, you want it to be big and, plump and all of that. No, that's not your job. As long as you have the perfect measurement and you added baking powder to that mixture, the moment that egg roll, the dough gets into the hot oil, it is going to activate that baking powder to do its job. It is not your job to add plenty dough, just so that it will be big and all of that. No, just flatten enough dough on a flat surface and then wrap around the eggs. Remove all excesses. You don't need too much. Now, mold your hand like you're carrying an egg, literally, and form it gradually, and that is it. Now, drop it in a pan or a pot, a deep pot of hot oil. But please don't let the oil be too hot and then start frying. Second thing you want to note is the kind of pot you use. Please always use a deep pot when frying your egg roll. This is so important. Don't use a pan. You're just wasting your time. Don't use a pan. Your pot must be deep, yes, and you got to use enough oil. You have to use enough. I mean, enough. It's not small. You have to use a lot of oil when frying your egg rolls because it's deep frying, literally. And then please, when frying your egg rolls, make sure your oil is hot enough but not too hot. If your oil is not hot enough, it is just going to, drink oil and it's not going to look nice. But if your oil is now too hot, it will not fry inside properly. It won't cook thoroughly inside to be raw and runny, and you don't want that. So make sure you have the right temperature, not too hot, but hot enough. Now, that is the rules to follow. This is the first one I made. I mean, this doesn't look good at all. Okay, it doesn't look good. I'm sure you can see it and attest to the fact that it doesn't look nice. This doesn't look like egg roll. But this is the second one I made after adjusting, everything I did. I learned on the job. Literally, I learned on the job. I thought, okay, let me reduce the dough, let me do this, let me do that, and oh my god, it worked. And this is everything I'm telling you right now, that everything I told you in this video works 100%. Please follow the recipe, follow the measurements that I give to you, and you're gonna be coming, you're gonna be having this absolutely delicious and soft egg rolls. It is so good. Oh my god, it is so good. And I am sure you will love it. Hey my friends, I am so glad you have watched up until this moment. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Thank you so much. If you are new to this page, remember to support Uzoms Kitchen by subscribing to this channel, liking this video, and sharing. You want to share so that other people can see us and also come watch, and that way you're helping us to grow. This is for everybody, whether you're new or not. Please go ahead and share. Okay, don't forget to also leave us a sweet comment. Ask me questions if you have. I will always come back to my comment section to check for questions and respond. So please ask me that question. And if you do not have question, just blow me kisses. I mean, blow me sweet kisses. And if you're a newbie, remember that you've already missed out on a lot of goodies that we've shared on here. So click the link right now to watch some of our previous recipes that I am so certain you will love and learn from. Now, this is our egg rolls. It is so good, yes. And I love it because the eggs are not overcooked. They are still yellow and beautiful. Friends, thank you so much for watching. I love you. But then again, remember that Jesus loves you most.